Today I'm going to be showing you how to make your own Memory Dex box to house your Memory Dexes. This one I just made for my Christmas Memory Dexes I'm going to be doing over the season. But I'm going to be using the Wanderlust papers from the Planners Anonymous subscription box. I've recently got into paper crafting and I've gotten into Memory Dexes, which, give me a second, Memory Dexes, and I've been kind of swapping with some people, so I would like to make a box specifically for Memory Dexes that I'm going to be receiving from other people. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create my base. As those papers aren't big enough to do the box, I'm going to use this paper here, which I thought went nicely. Ripping that off. Alright, where's my paper trimmer? Okay, so you need to trim your paper to be, where's my notes? 10.5 by 12. Sorry, and I have my glue gun here ready to go as well, so got a little bit of limited space to work with here. Try to keep you in frame. So 12 by 10.5. So I'm gonna go to the 10.5 mark. And I'm going to trim that. I have a cat in here just trying to get out. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to score at 1.5 and 3. And then I'm going to flip it over and do again 1.5 and 3, and then flip it to the side, and again I'm going to score it at 1.5 and 3, 1.5 and 3, flip it around, and again 1.5 and 3. Okay, so I'm just going to remove this out of the way. Sorry. Then what you need is scissors, and we need to trim some of this off. So I'm going to go here and trim here. And this is just so we get some flaps, so when we close the when we close the box off, it will be good. Okay. Then you want to trim this one. And this one off, and then you want to have a flap there. Okay, so you want to do that again over here. So then it should look something like this. And then with these little flaps, you kind of want to just angle it and cut it off there, just to kind of give it an angle, so when we glue it down, it just fits, it sticks nicely. So you want to do that to all 4 of those. And then you're just going to want to crease all your edges. Oops, sorry. Okay, so then it's all slightly creased. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a paper to fit inside here before I fold in my edges. So I already went and pre-cut that in advance. I got one from the top and the bottom. So all I did was I measured inside here how much I had to, what I had to cut. So I'm going to stick this down with glue. And I'm just going to glue it on here. Really focusing on that, and then I just like to put a little bit glue there in the middle. Alright, and then I'm going to line this up. And then put this inside. Okay. And I'm going to flip it over, and I'm actually going to do the bottom as well. Just so that way it'll be easier, because once the box is assembled, it'll be a lot harder to kind of stick that on there. So. Okay, so I don't need any more glue at the moment. Okay, actually. And so next what we're going to do is we're going to be folding these in. So, wait a second. So you're going to want to fold that one in, glue that, fold that in, and then this part, if you can see, is going to wrap around that part, and that's kind of going to give it its hold a bit. And then the same thing here, and oops, I forgot this part as well, sorry. Do not do what I just did. So you're going to want to fold up these parts first, then you're going to want to fold these in. And you want to give each part down. So now what we want to do is we want to glue that down kind of as we're doing it. So you can use a glue stick if you would like, or you can use also a hot glue gun. All right. So I'm going to glue here, and I'm going to glue these parts. I'm going to glue this. Alright, so I'm going to glue that part down, and I'm going to glue that part down. Then I'm going to attach these to the insides. Like so. And you can also use a bone folder just to push those down so they kind of stay. And then I'm going to do the same to the other side. Here. Oops. All right. And then I'm going to add glue to these two flaps here. And then I'm going to fold this over. So I kind of didn't cut enough of an angle at the top, these top parts, because they're kind of a little bit more difficult to fold over here, but that's okay. I'll get it. So there you go. So there's part of the box. And then I have the bottom. All right, so the next part's a little bit harder. We got to put the dowels in with this and put something there to help keep it sturdy. So what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna grab a wooden dowel. This is about 1/2 inch thick, and you gotta do some measuring. So I kind of drew a line where it needed to go from end to end there, and then using a saw would be easier. You can try cutting it with an X-Acto knife. I found it took a while longer. I found these scissors and I was able just to cut around or dig into here a bit so I was able to cut with the X-Acto knife, which I found was a little bit easier. So then what you're gonna do is you're gonna get 2 wooden dowels that you're gonna put in there. Then what you're also going to need is some sort of chipboard or cereal box or even poster paper. I find if you're just gonna attach the wooden dowels to this, it's not very thick and it's not gonna hold very well. So I found putting this in helps a lot. So I have these templates that I got from my general store, and I kind of use this as a template to find out where I need to put my holes. If you don't have something like this, there's lots of videos showing on how to make your own templates where to put the holes and how to use that using a ruler. So it's fairly easy and straightforward. If you happen to get a Memory Dex from someone else, what you can always do is also trace this and make your own template. Sorry, I have a cat coming inside. We have a little visitor. She might pop in here. She's a pretty needy cat. All right, so then what I'm gonna do is line that up with this, and then I'm gonna kind of just trace this area just so I know where to punch my holes right now. And I'm gonna do the same thing to the other one. Oops, sorry. And then just using a handheld hole punch, I am going to punch these. Yeah. Sorry. Come on, come here. Nope, there goes my ruler. It's okay. All right. So you might not get them exactly lined up. As long as they're roughly around, that is fine. And she wants to help. Come on, Hazel. Oh, I can't see. All right, so I roughly got my holes there. And since this isn't sometimes 100% nice to look at, you can paint it. Or what I did in my previous one is I took some of the leftover scrapbook paper and I just kind of glued some on top, cut around it, and then repunched the holes. So that's what I'm gonna do there. right. Right, so then you're going to have two pieces like this and your wooden dowel. So then what I like to do is just kind of stick my wooden dowels in on each side. And then I stick it in the box, and I just like to make sure that everything kind of fits and I didn't royally mess up. And then this one's a little bit too short. And then I like to take one of my Memory Dexes and put it on there and just make sure it slides. So then what I'm going to do is put hot glue on here because I find this helps sticks the best. So I'm going to put a good dab of glue on the ends of those and then all along here. And because these are a little bit short, oops, sorry, I want to make sure I do have enough glue on one end, on the ends, just to make sure that the wooden dowels stick to the back and then they don't move. So I'm just going to make sure that's like there. And then, so you can see that one's a little short, so I might have some issues with this one. And then you can lift this up just a tad bit and get in there. And also in here. Oops. Let's see, yeah. See, I cut my wooden dowel the tiniest bit too short there, so I'm going to add extra glue. I'll wipe that away. And then what I'm going to do to help is just add glue around this piece. And then just kind of hold it. And that should hopefully help it stay. You can even push it in off the box a little bit too. All right. Oh, it's not dry yet. Whoops. Let's let that dry for a few minutes. All right, now that that's dry, you can see that that is not going anywhere. So now what I want to kind of do is decorate the box a little bit. So I grabbed my die cut from the kit, and it's kind of going to go through, and I kind of liked these two pieces, and I was thinking of maybe putting these here on the end, so then that way when I have them up on my shelf I can kind of see that this is like world traveling. And if you want, you can also put paper all around here as well, so we'll see, maybe I might want to do that. Take a look at the pieces here. So that one, maybe I could do this around. That might be cute. I think I actually like that. So I think I'm going to stick this paper all around the outside. So I'm going to measure. I'm going to get rid of the hot glue gun here out of the way so we have a little bit more room to work. Alright, so I'm going to Oh, my ruler fell. I'm going to measure, oops, I'm hitting my tripod. So it's about 1.5 inches, but I want it a whole way, so I'm gonna go a little bit less than 1.5. So I think I'm gonna try this 1 3/8 and see how that looks on here. So there we go. Okay, so that kind of fits perfectly. And then we want about 4.5. About 4.5. So that fits perfectly. So I'm going to do another one the same size. Alright, so then I got those two. Now I need to do the long side here. So that's about 6. What am I doing? Nope, whoops. Okay, so I want to do it 1.5 or slightly 1.5. Whoops. Right, we need to get the width first. So I'll do 2 of those. And then we can do the 6. There we go. It's late, so brain's getting a little tired. There we go. Make sure those fit. So we want to make it slightly smaller than 6. There we go. Alright. Actually, I'm going to take a look what this other side looks like on these. This might actually be, I might actually like this a little bit better. Or do I like that better? Everyone probably will have their own opinion as to which side they think I should use. Just gonna take a look and see how I think this works. Oops. Where are those die cuts that I put? I think I'll stick with my original plan and use that one side. So I'm going to glue each of these onto my sides there. we go. I have glued those down. I think it would have been easier to glue this on when we did this at the same time. Probably would have made it easier to do because I was kind of struggling there a little bit. I had to put it on the side to push down on it. Okay, so what I still would like to do is put these on the front there. So, oops, sorry for hitting the tripod. I'm gonna glue this guy on first. So right around there. And then, so I gotta remember not to glue the top part here of the globe. Alright, so there we go. There is our Memory Dex box. So if I ever get any Memory Dexes from swaps or from pen pals, I can just stick it in here and I will have a nice memory to look at for years to come. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a great day.